Hello and welcome back to Sustainable Farming, where we discuss farming and. Okay, let's take that again. Let's take that again. Okay. Hello and welcome to another episode of Sustainable Farming. Today we'll continue our discussion with Kanyinsola Abajesude on youth involvement in agriculture. Hello, Kanyinsola.
Hello, Messi.
You're welcome to the program.
Thank you. Thank you for having me once again.
You're welcome. Today we'll be talking about, youth involvement in agriculture, and still we'll be talking about specifically in Nigeria. So, the first question I would like to ask is, how do you see the current level of youth involvement in agriculture, especially in Nigeria?
Okay. Thank you so much. For example, I am a youth. You're also a youth. So, but I would say currently, according to research, youth involvement in agriculture is still low compared to the potential it could give. Because one of the reasons why this is because many youths perceive agriculture as unprofitable, or they feel like it is slow in yielding its profit, unlike other businesses. So the youths tend to be kind of impatient to await agriculture, to await the productivity and the return of investment of agricultural businesses, which is why it is still very low. But recently, there has been a shift in that. There has been a shift, especially with the rises of tech-driven agricultural practices, because youth don't want to get their hands dirty. But now there has been a shift in the tech-driven activities, which is why youths now are now embracing agriculture. You will see some of them trying to, even after going in other fields, they are trying to invest their time, money, resources. Even when they don't want to be active in it, they are trying to invest in it, and we are seeing that coming. So I feel like that is a good thing, but it is still not, it is still low compared to its potential.
All right, so it is still low compared to, the potential that could be reached. And I'm glad
Yeah.
that you also mentioned some of the challenges that youth face and the things that they think about agriculture. You spoke about the ROI, which is the return on investment. I mean, most youths are
Mhm.
always looking for, a quick way to make money. But
Exactly.
fortunately, the agriculture sector is one that requires time. So
Time.
I think this leads us to the next question. What are the main challenges that young people face when considering a career in agriculture, especially again in Nigeria?
Like I said earlier, one of the major issues youth face is negative perceptions. When it starts from the mind, whatever you want to do starts from the mind. So when you have a negative perception towards something, there is no way you want to go ahead with it. They see it as a last resort career, or for the olden days, or for the less privileged ones. So when it is very important for youth to have a good perception, then another issue is access to land. For example, it's, an agricultural graduate who is motivated, oh, I want to go into agriculture, needs a lot of funding to start, a lot of money to buy a land, which can be like a difficulty. Like access to land ownership is expensive, and they are often controlled by older generation, which can pose like a challenges. Another one, which is like the big cat in the room, is finances. Finances pose a big challenge for youths that are motivated to go into agriculture. And when they don't have finances, they tend to be discouraged and throw away the vision, or maybe wait till later. But now we need all hands that we can get, and this is like a major challenge. Another one is limited knowledge. For example, maybe a graduate of accountant, an accountant wants to has sees the needs for agriculture, sees the need to go into agriculture, but doesn't have the right knowledge about it, is going to be a problem. So, which is why limited knowledge is a basic challenge.
All right, there, Kanyinsola. I'm glad that you actually mentioned all these problems, one after the other. We've laid down the questions. We talk about the perception. We've talked about, limited knowledge, access to funding, and all of that. How then can we make agriculture more appealing or more accessible to young people in the country?
Okay, like I said earlier, with the rising of technology, we can make agricultural activities more appealing to youth because they don't have to get their hands dirty. They have a lot of technology that can do the work for them. We youth, we want something fast. So maybe with the help of drone, in the speed of light, you've sprayed your farm. In the speed of light, you've cleared your farm. You don't have to start taking all and cutlass, which makes agriculture more appealing to youth. Another one is incentivize agriculture. For example, offer grants, low interest loans. It will make it appealing to them because they feel like it is they will see it as a low risk, and they will be it will make it easy for them to embrace. So when you offer loans, incentives, and also like leverage on technology, like I said earlier, like drone farming, AI driven advisory app, like that, it will make agricultural less stressful and more easier for youth. Another one is agribusiness opportunities. For example, not everybody has to be on the farm. We can have like a value chain, and when they see that okay, somebody is producing cassava, me, I can go into processing cassava into different outputs that can different products, sorry, like starch and other things that can be more useful, that will solve more problems. So this is one of the ways that agriculture can be attractive to farmers, like agribusiness opportunities. Another one is campaigns. Make media campaigns. Let them see. It is what you see that will get into your heart. So let them see how easy agriculture has become. And it will definitely be attractive to them and they will embrace it.
All right, so you mentioned incentives, creating low interest funds, I mean loans rather, to
Yeah.
youths and then giving them fund. Now let's talk about the government and private sectors. What are the practical steps that they can take to create more opportunities for youth in agriculture?
Thank you. For example, I know some international organizations in Nigeria that are already doing this. For example, in ITA, which is like International Training Institute for Agriculture. I didn't really get the full name, but it is like a big international organization in Nigeria, which is major on agriculture. So they organize. I think recently I saw in on LinkedIn when they organized like an agripreneurship program for youth, and they made it incentivized in the sense that they will give they will give grants to the topmost winners, like three topmost winners. I'm not so sure, but these are some of the ways private organizations can help to make youth more involved. Also, for the government, government can government can give grants, lands. Government has a lot of lands that are not doing anything currently. They can give youth at a very low or no interest for youth to use and bring return. It's going to be both beneficial to the government and to the youth themselves. So these are ways government and private organizations can help improve youth involvement in agriculture in Nigeria.
All right, then.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So you talked about how government can actually engage this youth. Definitely, when they are
Yeah.
engaged, there will be a lot of great things that come out of it. But I want us to
Mhm.
talk specifically on economics. How can improving youth involvement in agriculture, how can it contribute to the economic growth in Nigeria?
Yeah. Ways at which youth involvement in agriculture can contribute to economic growth. Like I cited in my last example, that when government give lands to youth and they are using it actively, it would bring more returns, more agricultural returns, which therefore boosts Nigerian government's economic growth. For example, when they are, it will increase the GDP of Nigerian agriculture returns. So, which is why when youth involved in agriculture, it's going to bring more economic growth. Another one is it reduce unemployment. A lot of youth now that are probably sitting at home or trying to do what is not so contributing to the economy, it's going to them involving in agriculture is going to um, eradicate that actively in the sense that when they are involved in agriculture, it reduces unemployment and they are actively involved, and it also makes them have diverse opportunity like agribusiness, agri-tech, value chain, a lot of that. So it reduces unemployment. Also, it enhances food security. Like I said, there is a growing need for a growing population. So we are slightly trending into food inflation. This is because there are not much producers. If there are a lot of producers and government is helping them, it's going to in turn help the government. So if youth involved in agriculture is going to um, promote food security and also foster export growth, because if there is more for the country to consume, we will have enough to export. But even when what we are producing is not enough for us to consume, there will be less to export. So if there are more hands, especially the youth in agriculture, is going to promote export growth, thereby enriching the pocket of the government. Thank you.
All right, now let's talk about the benefits of engaging youth in modern farming techniques. I heard you mentioned, fostering agribusiness, and I would infer that this means, the agriculture business in general. So, what are the benefits of engaging the youth in modern farming techniques and in agribusiness?
Yeah, thank you so much. One of the benefits is it increases agricultural productivity. Like I said, it increases agricultural productivity because when there are more hands, when there are more technologies that they use, it helps to increase productivity, eradicate food security, a food insecurity, sorry. It helps to eradicate food insecurity. It helps to create jobs. And also, and this point is also very major, sustainability, because most of the people that are engaged in farming now are older people. So and when youths are not involved in something, that thing tends to die. So, but if they are more involved, that means it's sustainable. It's going to continue because it's going to be passed down. So it's going to improve sustainability and also tech integration. The older farmers don't have the what it takes to integrate maybe their problems and make it into a tech driven solution. This is what youth involvement can do. When they are involved, a youth can think that, okay, this is a problem. How can I solve it using tech, making it easier? So they help to integrate tech in agriculture. Thank you.
Okay, all right then. Um, you you mentioned something about an initiative that was in Nigeria that helped farmers able to come together to be able to come together. I can't exactly remember now, but it seems it said the IITA, if I'm right.
Yes, hi, Tia.
Okay, so let's talk about initiatives like this. By the way, this is also the final question for this episode. And what are some examples of youth-driven initiatives, agricultural initiatives in Nigeria, and or other countries that you've seen that have yielded positive results?
Okay, for example, in Nigeria, we have Farm Crowdy. Farm Crowdy is a digital platform that connects investors with smallholder farmers. This is like a very good initiative that has been helping farmers and smallholder farmers and also investors. Like, like I said, for someone who is an accounting graduate or maybe a millionaire or billionaire but wants to expand his wealth, this person can, instead of the person trying to fall into harm by investing in a wrong way, they connect these people together, like the investors and the smallholder farmers, thereby making good use of the money and it's yielding profit. So this is an example in Nigeria. Another one is Fresh Direct Nigeria, because Fresh Direct Nigeria is a youth-led initiative that uses vertical farming techniques to grow organic produce in urban area. So technology has made it so possible that you don't have to be in a rural area for you to practice agriculture. You can practice agriculture right in your room using modern techniques to grow to grow your produce. So Farm Fresh Direct Nigeria is an initiative. Another one in Ghana is Agro Center. Agro Center, it is founded by youth entrepreneurs, which allows smallholder farmers to directly sell their produce to buyers, thereby making them to get enough returns on their efforts. Rather than the middlemen taking all their effort, they are getting enough return to take enough returns on their effort. And also in Kenya, M Farms is like a mobile app that enable young farmers to access market prices and connect directly with buyers. So those are some initiatives that I think are helping, that have been displayed, and there are more to come, and there are also more existing already.
All right, thank you very much, Kanyinsola, for your time and for sharing your knowledge with us today. We do appreciate it.
I appreciate it too. Thank you for having me.
You're
It's an
welcome.
honor.
Okay, with that, we've come to the end of the third episode with Kanyinsola Abajesude, and this is sustainable farming. To send us your questions or suggestions, you can do so on our WhatsApp number, which is always on the screen. And I'll see you in the next one. Till then, stay safe and goodbye.